Hello Gemini, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy bringing you your December 2024 general reading. We're looking at the first half of December, and this is for the air sign of Gemini. Thanks for being here. I hope everyone's well. Thanks for taking the time to be here and to be part of the gift and the blessing it is to be able to create these videos. For those of you who like, share, and subscribe and support my channel in any way, my gratitude to you. So, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This video is for you. If you're cross-watching for a Gemini, this video is relevant as well. If you know any of your signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, watch those as well for any additional insight or perspective. It's a general reading. It might resonate a little differently for everyone. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. If something really does hit home with you, and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, we are entering the holiday seasons and personal readings do make great gifts. If you're interested, you can email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can click on the description of this video, click on the word more. You'll see that contact information there as well. I can usually get back to you quickly the same day or within 24 hours. I do offer a wide variety of reading choices. I cover all areas of life, different types, lengths, costs, styles, spreads. Particularly popular around this time of year are the 6 and 12-month overviews I do, which take a look at a bunch of different areas and aspects of life over the next 6 to 12 months. You can order them anytime, but a lot of people like to do it at the end of one year, beginning of the next year, as we're, approaching a new annual cycle. So something to keep in mind as well. All right. Let's take a look at the first half of December for our beautiful twins, Gemini. For those of you who like to know, I am using the Royal Deluxe Tarot, clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. We have Judgment, Gemini, with the Five of Swords. Pretty cautionary combination of cards here. Judgment speaks of being at a crossroads, and the choices that you make are very important and significant, and they can have long-lasting or permanent effects. And be very careful that you don't make any rash or impulsive decisions based on purely on your own needs, desires, passion, because the Five of Swords with Judgment, the Five of Swords is winning at all costs, right? No matter what the cost is. So the Five of Swords for me always has this underlying question: is it worth it, right? Does the end justify the means? I mean, in work or career, the Five of Swords can sometimes represent negative aspects of ambition, deceit, betrayal, not caring who you step over in your desire to get to the goal or get to the top. So there's always a bit of cautionary advice with the Five of Swords is, and with Judgment, it underscores it quite heavily. It's make sure that it's not a no in terms of moving forward on a new path or a new opportunity, but it may be that you need to carefully examine your reasons and motives for what this is. Make sure you're doing it wisely and because you really think it is best, and be careful about how you make the decision. If you choose to move forward on a different path or take some kind of action, make sure that you do it with as much honesty, transparency, and moral and ethical foundation as possible, because Judgment, also says that our actions affect other people, and the consequences from that fallout can be difficult if you're acting in too self-centered a way. Just be careful of rash or impulsive decisions here that are driven only by an obsessive focus on what the goal is, no matter what damage it costs or what the cost might be. So be careful here. Pretty strong. Next, we have the Seven of Cups, a card that some of you may be overwhelmed by choices, or you may kind of have your head in the clouds a little bit with, focusing only on, the most perfect outcome and not being entirely realistic, right? It might be that there's many options or a lot of possibility and potential with the Seven of Cups, but it's a very dreamy, not grounded energy. So make sure that whatever choice you make, that it's grounded in reality and practicality. Make sure you do your research. You don't just go, if it sounds too good to be true or too easy to be too good to be true, it likely is. So the Ace of Coins is with this, the Ace of Earth. So this represents a new opportunity that with, hard work work and dedication can grow into something quite abundant and prosperous. It can represent a new job, moving, relocating, new projects, or a combination of all of those. Again, caution here. Make sure that whatever this opportunity is, that you don't just have your head in the clouds about it. Make sure that you do your research and vet it, or give it some time and kind of see how things play out. Are there people that are presenting this to you, or is the offer or opportunity coming from another person? Research that person, ask the people that you know. Again, just kind of being very cautious here. Next, we have the Two of Coins with the Two of Wands. I mean, let me see what the overall energy is. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is Six of Swords, on healing, on leaving something behind that no longer serves you. It doesn't work for you. Could be old thoughts, old belief systems, old ideologies, and old patterns and habits, people even, But this whole reading, Gemini, is strongly underscoring you're being at a kind of a crossroads here, and maybe being a little bit stuck there. And there's, again, I'm getting a very strong caution about be careful not to charge forward into something. Check what is on offer or what the opportunity is. Make sure that you vet it, take the time and patience to vet it and any people thoroughly as possible. Don't just rush forward and make any impulsive decisions, because the end might not justify the means. It might be that this causes fallout to other people. Doesn't mean that it's a no in moving forward. It could be that it's a yes, and there might be some fallout, but there's ways that you can minimize that or mitigate that, right? Do not just charge forward into this, because it feels like you're standing at a crossroads and you're only focusing on the perfect outcome or the perfect possibility and potential, and not considering any of the practicalities. And so needing to make a decision based on both of those things, and with as much information and research as you can. I mean, that's kind of the gist of this whole reading, but let's peel it back a little bit. Let's take a look at that overall energy of the Six of Swords. The Eight of Wands and the Eight of Cups. This is leaving something behind that no longer works for you, in search of your heart's desire, your wishes granted, and doing it very quickly, very forcefully. It might even be a physical sort of leaving, moving, or traveling, for some kind of new beginning. And again, it just feels like, be careful of what you're running to in your haste to run away from something. The grass is not always greener on the other side. And again, it doesn't mean that whatever this new option or opportunity is that you're kind of seeing or envisioning or trying to figure out, doesn't mean that it's not good. It may or may not be, right? But you need to take the time to kind of, again, research and vet it, and any people that are involved with it, whether it's business, work, or even love, right? Take some time to kind of figure that out. Don't just go rushing forward impulsively because because you want to get out of a situation you're unhappy with. And so in your haste and strong desire to do that, you just charge forward into something, and then you end up, from the frying pan into the fire, right? Let's take a look at Judgment and the Five of Swords. Yeah. Justice, the Moon, the Four of Swords. Be careful about this, because Judgment, Justice, and the Five of Swords, I think you need to give this some time. I mean, I've already said it, right? I think I've already said it twice. You need to give this some time, though, because it feels like the consequences of this will be significant and profound. And sometimes when we make a choice to take a new path, there's going to be fallout no matter how we do it, right? Like breaking up with someone, or, leaving someone, or leaving a job, or, moving or relocating, anything. I mean, this is a general reading, so it could be in any area of life. But it may be that we decide, no matter what the consequences are, that it really is the best path for us. Then try to do it in a way that's measured and planned, and make sure that whatever it is you're going towards is actually real and practical and buildable and sustainable, and not just because you're in a hurry to run away from something that you don't like. Because it could have fallout not just on you, but the people around you as well, and maybe the people that you care about. So again, caution here. I should title this Proceed with Caution, if you choose to proceed. Seven of Cups, Ace of Coins, because there's like kind of a head in the clouds about this. We all have to dream, and it's a good thing to focus on the possibility and potential, but we want to balance that with some practical energy, some practical earth energy. Is this a good opportunity for me? What's the best that could happen? Because that Seven of Cups here, this is what's the best that could happen? But you also need to balance that with what's the worst that could happen, and am I willing to accept that as a possibility by moving forward? The Seven of Cups again, the Three of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the opportunity to move forward in growth and expansion, maybe create something beautiful down the road. It feels kind of like, well, here's an example. Here's a potential investment, and if you invest this much money, in 6 months it could turn out to be all of this other money. Be careful of that. It's not to say that it's not a good opportunity. Only you can decide that. But that decision needs to be made with, again, doing the homework, doing the research, vetting it, and anybody involved with it, whether it's money, whether it's work, whether it's love. Talk to people that know them, get a sense of the history. Is this really real? Is it going to be good for me? Or am I going to charge in head forth and then, really, really regret it? It might have an adverse effect not only on you, but on people you care about. So be careful moving forward. Wheel of Fortune, the Sun and the Star again. Divine timing and orchestration, bringing an opportunity for healing. For some of you, Gemini, it may be all about how you do this. Because even if you have to leave something behind, and that something includes people, there's a way to do it. It's kind of like a job, right? If you decide you need to leave your job, the best way to do it is to give notice, see what can be, arranged for, or training somebody else, or giving them enough time to find somebody else, not burning your bridges. There's a way to do it. They still may be hurt or disappointed or not want you to leave, but there's a way to do it that you can do it with kind of a clean conscience. It doesn't leave a bad taste in your mouth, or like breaking up with someone or moving or relocating. Again, you may not, when we take these new paths, not everybody's on board with us, right? And there may be kind of fallout no how you look at it, but we can take the high road and do it, with as much, moral and ethical integrity as possible. Advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. Ace of Pentacles, which is the same as the Ace of Coins. Temperance and Strength. Page of Swords and Knight of Swords. Okay, so for a lot of you, Spirit is advocating a road of change, but they're also strongly advocating, before you take this particular opportunity, should you choose to do so, Do your research. If you're going to move forward, do it with as much information, knowledge as possible, because some of you in the process of doing this might find out that this is actually maybe wouldn't be the best opportunity for you. Temperance is maintaining that center, that balance, right? Again, the whole gist of this reading is to be careful about your reasons and motives for doing it, and that you don't do it in an impulsive or rash manner, because one, you might not regret the decision to move on the new path, but you might end up regretting how you choose to move through it. Like you just run off and do it, right? There could be a better way of doing it. Some of you in the process of trying to figure out, is this really a realistic thing for me? Is this something I can actually build on? Does it have a real foundation? You may discover that it doesn't, or not the right one for you. Again, the whole thing here is do your research. Take the time to do that, because it feels like the challenge here for many of you is that you want so much to leave, I don't know, a situation, a place, a person, something so badly that the first thing that comes along, whether it's real or not, you're just going to run after. So be careful about that. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Gemini, those are your messages for the first half of December 2024. I hope that, if they resonated with you, that it brought some clarity, some food for thought, or validation moving forward. If it did hit home for you and you want to pull the curtain back and explore it a little bit further, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else as we continue to move through the holidays, please email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can see that contact information by clicking the description of this video, clicking that word more. For those of you who wish to donate, you can also see my PayPal link by clicking there as well. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the next set of readings. Until then, stay safe and well. Hope to see you back here again soon, and I hope to hear from some of you as well. Take care. Bye-bye.